All right, hit the button.
Just like that, you're live.
Yeah, so it takes here a couple seconds here, and we'll be.
Is there like a delay in what we're seeing?
There is, man. There is a delay.
So we can bleep out curse words, things like that.
Too late. Too late. I don't really know why there's delay. I think it's probably just for the streaming purposes. Let me. Just want to copy this link here. Copy. Okay. Oop. Nope, don't do that. Hey guys, what is up? We are here. We'll go live in a second. It looks like I'm trying to get this link put on here really quick. Come on, let's see. Sam, here we are live. I'm getting all messed up right now, man. I'm getting all messed up.
This is my favorite part of the live. When you're working on things and then your guest is just waiting around.
Oh, that's good stuff. Hey, everybody, welcome back to another #LockBoss Live giveaway. This is what we do know. Here in a little bit, we are hooking you guys up, 5 of you, or gals, I should say, to win awesome prizes. Okay, Sam, we don't give away like pins here, man. It's like, congratulations, you want a pin. We're not into that, man.
It's a nice pen, though.
It is a nice pin, actually. Thank you. Oh, man. Hey, everyone, thank you for tuning in. As you can see, I have the man, Sam, here with me.
Thanks, PJ.
Sam, thanks for coming on live, man.
Absolutely. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so, I mean, here we are in the studio, live. I mean, what does it feel like?
You know, like you said, it doesn't really feel like, I feel like I'm just talking to a camera. I don't feel like there's anyone out there, but...
It doesn't really feel real, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't. Good stuff. So, now as we can see, as we get going here, guys, we have our Topo Chicos. Sam, cheers, sir. And, oh man, that's right out of the fridge, man.
Cold.
Right out of the fridge. So we're going to be drinking some Topo Chicos. All of you, cheers to you as well, drinking it. And let me go in here, say hi to a few people. What do we got going on here? So as we get going, I need a new work. How about you? So, sorry, man. I have a bad habit of in the middle of thinking, reading at the same time.
Just do you.
Yeah, man. Hey, just awkward long pauses of silence. Okay?
All right, live TV.
So, hey, guys, so this is the deal. Guys and gals, everyone out there, we have Sam here. As you know, he and I did the video together that came out Friday about local SEO and how important it is and what you can do to hopefully be winning in your local market. But we have him on live, and this is the deal. We need you to ask him questions, guys. You have got to ask Sam some questions. And the questions can be SEO related. They cannot be, I mean, I think I've already, as you've seen the bloopers, Sam and I went to high school together. Yeah. Much cooler than I was all those years.
Again, I don't know where you're getting that.
And I mean, a guy like you, of course you're going to say that, I mean, so, I mean, the fact that I get to have Sam here, I mean, it's like a high school dream come true.
No, honor's all mine, PJ.
But, so make sure you ask him some good questions and
easy questions. Keep them
easy. Yeah, keep them easy. I say extra hard.
Low level.
So, let's see here. So, Sam, let's talk about for a few minutes. So this audit thing that we had going on, right? Something I didn't do a good job at the beginning of the 30-minute YouTube video, which I think is the longest YouTube video I've ever done.
Oh, record.
Yeah. So,
all right.
if you didn't watch into the end or you haven't seen it, you definitely want to see it so you can figure out how you can win in your local market and get that SEO stuff going good. But also because at the end we talk about Sam has gave us a link to give you guys to actually kind of audit your SEO. So Sam, you want to kind of talk about that for a minute? And I'm actually sitting here. It looks like I'm taller than you.
Of course,
still,
you got a phone book for me?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. The local search audit. There was a link in the last video. Is greniermarketing.com/locksmith. We created a page just for you guys to go and fill out your business information. And in there you will get some insight into your local search ranking factors for your business, for your website. So it looks at your domain links. It looks at where you rank for specific keywords in the industry, like locksmith in your city, your local listings, your reputation, which is how many reviews you have, and your Google My Business profile. So it's a pretty in-depth report that gives you a little insight, some arrows in your quiver, I guess, for helping your business rank and outrank your competitors.
Mm-hmm. Sam, out of all the clients, well, first of all, I'm kind of curious. Like, how did you get into this business? Out of all the businesses out there in the world,
good question.
How'd you get into?
So, out of college, I went and worked for a local newspaper here in town. And while I was there, I was just in the billing department of that newspaper.
Okay.
While I was there, they invested in a digital marketing franchise is what it was. It was called, what was it called? WSI. And basically we had a department at the newspaper that did digital marketing for local businesses. So website development, paid search marketing, social media marketing, SEO, all that stuff. Did that for 5 or 6 years. And then one of my clients hired me over to work for them specifically. So then I just was an in-house digital marketing guy. And then for the last year, I moved and started doing it on my own, having started our own agency with a couple, with my brother and a buddy. And that's where I am today.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. And how long have we been working together now? How many years?
How many years have we?
I think 3 or 4?
I think it's at least 4.
Okay.
I think it's got to be 4, right?
Okay. Yep. Somewhere right around there.
Yeah.
So, and how is it? While everyone's listening, how is it, dealing with me when it comes to the SEO stuff?
Actually, you're very easy to work with.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm shocked,
But,
no, it's great.
Because
you're on top of your stuff. You are very much on top of your website, your social, your video. You're very on top, so it makes it easy for me to do my job.
Yeah, but how about when we sit down for lunch and I'm like, hey Sam, what does it take to do this? And you're like, you can't buy that, right?
Yeah, there's some times where you just have to, tell you it can't be done. That's a lot of times that's what we got to do.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, Outshined84 says SEO is much more effective than throwing business cards out the window as you drive around.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
Although I've never heard anyone use that tactic with the business cards. Give it a shot. Let's see.
Yeah. They say maybe we can film you driving around town doing that.
If you'll pay my littering fine, I'll give it a shot.
Oh, that's good. So, Sam, when you've been with the local SEO and with the 5 things that we went over and, you kind of wrap all of that up together. I'm seeing some comments here talking about how it's techie, right? You kind of get it. There's like this techie feel to it. You start talking about link juice and domain authority and all these other things, right? And so many times with businesses, for years I did all the SEO myself. Up until, 10 years, 8 years ago, something like that. And it's hard. It's hard to just look at it, see what's right, see what's not.
Yeah.
And what would you say to someone who is, you know what, this is extra techie, it's kind of difficult, I really don't like computers. Like, what advice could you give someone like that as far as like, I mean, the obvious would be to hire someone to do it.
Yeah.
But sometimes, let's be honest, I mean, sometimes like when you start looking at your budgets, right? And you're looking, and it's like, well, I already have this much money going out. And sometimes with starting out, the budget to have someone could be similar to what you're spending for your entire budget.
Right.
I mean, how do you kind of address those issues as a professional? Like, I mean, like, what's your perspective on it?
That's a good question, and you're right. It does seem like it gets super techy when you get into the SEO world, especially just saying SEO, search engine optimization.
Yep.
Sounds techy and nerdy mainly. But it's tough when, because you guys have your businesses to run. So it's hard to jump in and out. You're jumping into doing your locksmith work, and then to have to jump into doing some digital marketing. I mean, it's tough. I'm in digital marketing 100% of the time. That's all I'm focusing on. So it's almost, comes second nature, So like PJ said, first thing, if you've got the budget to hire someone, that's a great idea. Mm-hmm. But everything that they do, or even that I do, can be done on your own. It's not, I don't have any special software, special tools, special skills that no one else has. It's just, if you can cut out a little bit of part of your week to do some, there's some forums, some blogs you can read to get some high level knowledge there. And just, the number one focus for you guys is learn about your Google My Business profile. That'd be your easiest way. That's the cheapest, easiest, and most impactful way to improve your business. Okay.
So you carve that time aside. And it's always difficult, to, especially when you don't really like that kind of work, to sit down at your computer and just start kind of, feels like you spend hours and you get like very little back.
Right.
Sometimes. You ever feel that way?
Yeah, well, and that's part of it, like just getting into it takes time, getting in and familiarizing yourself.
Yes.
Big word. With the Google My Business, dashboard. If you're not in it every day, it takes some time to get back in there and see, well, what are the reviews? Where's this? So I do not remember the question you just asked, but did I answer?
Yeah. Hey, we have Locks NY is asking, do you do work for my Pee-wee's Red Worms?
Starting a website for Pee-wee's Red Worms. It's going to be big. Mm-hmm. Yep. We're in development phase right now.
Yeah. And, Sam, I'd say, guys, I mean, Sam, I actually honestly was going to wear a polo today to be as classy as Sam is sitting here. But.
Yeah. But your man that works with his hands, he can't be restricted by polos.
I mean, I guess. I mean, if working with my hands is typing on a keyboard. Oh man! So Eric asks, what kind of budget range should someone plan on starting out?
I would say if you're looking for someone to do your local SEO, on the low end, you're going to be at the $300, $350 a month.
Okay.
And that would be pretty basic stuff, as in like managing your Google My Business profile, monitoring reviews, things like that. It goes up from there depending on what you need.
Okay. So, Sam, I want to ask you a question here, okay? And, we all have a tendency to, if you are a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Right?
Okay.
And so you're a search engine optimization expert. Or what do you call it?
That's
exactly?
Good enough. That's
okay.
Good. I don't think I'm an expert in anything.
I don't think I could say another word in there without taking a breath. So my question is so everything, like through your lens, a lot of stuff is always just online, it's online, Google listing, all this stuff.
Yes.
I'm just curious. from your perspective, what is another great marketing strategy that has nothing to do with online search engine stuff?
Whoa. Good question.
Right?
Good question.
You know, I mean, and it can be really anything.
You know what?
I am putting you on the spot,
Yeah.
so I apologize.
And I've only because I've heard this from other from businesses I work with, and I'm sure everyone is doing this already. All of you guys are. It's the logo, phone number, decal on the side of your rig. I think.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard that's a moving billboard. I've heard people talk about putting it on their truck, but it was a landscape company putting their number on their truck and logo on their truck, and they were getting calls from people parked right next to them saying, "Hey, I see you here. Can you help me
Really?
out?" Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of, I mean, I'm sure you guys are all doing that. I mean, that's kind of a
Yeah.
locksmith
thing.
number one
Deck
thing,
out
right?
the van.
Yeah.
Deck out
yeah.
the van. Yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't give you any insight because you're all doing that. But
Yeah, I mean it's a good one though. To have something on there would be, having something on there is good. Right?
yeah.
Sort of recognition. Locks NY says you should move to New York. $300 sounds free.
Yeah, I would imagine in New York, and that's one thing I should preface with that. Bigger the city, the more competition, you're gonna have to spend a little more money.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna, it's everything, and we touched on this a little bit earlier, but everything that you do in the digital marketing or SEO world, it's all based on your competition. So whatever you need to do, you just need to do enough to outdo what your competition's doing. So if it's getting links to your website, your competition has 7 or 8, you want to get 9 or 10. If they have 20 reviews, you want to look at getting 25. And obviously in those bigger cities like New York, there's a lot more competition than, say, here in Hayden, Idaho.
Although, I mean, to piggyback off Locks NY comment though, I believe some story just recently came out that this Coeur d'Alene area is like the hottest real estate market in the nation.
Yeah, it was in the Wall Street Journal today.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, like the, what is it, the hottest growing or,
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like
North
beat
Idaho.
out. Yeah, beat out. Like number 2, I guess, was like Austin, Texas, or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess Idaho is moving up a little
I guess,
bit.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's not the little town it was before.
Yeah. Let me see some other best way. Let's see here. How about like mailing out letters or postcards? Have any of your clients done anything like that?
We've done a little bit of that. It's very expensive.
Okay.
To get the postcard created, and postage. It's expensive. If you can get an email list and send out emails, again, I'm going to go to digital.
Well, that's the fun part about it, right? I mean, someone like you thinks so much about digital content. And I'm always just curious, what's the other side of that?
Yeah, I would be curious to know what other offline marketing activities you guys have done that have been successful.
So how about this? All of you listening, go ahead in the notes section here, the live chat, go ahead and put in what you find really successful marketing-wise that has nothing to do with digital. Huh?
Yeah.
So we got going on here. Oh, looks like we got Chad just tuned in. Chad, what is up? Let's see here. Have postcards made up and send to zip codes in your service. That's a good one. So, hey guys, this we got Kylie. Kylie, want to say hi?
Hey guys.
Oh man. So, Sam, let's talk about email lists for a minute. Do you know, is that in your wheelhouse at all?
It is. I don't do much on email marketing. I've dabbled in it a little bit. I am no expert in it. I know you want to, the correct way to do it is to get those emails yourself, whether it's, your customers and asking if you can email them after service, or having something on your website to get emails, sign up for our newsletter, things like that. That's going to be your most effective way to, and then sending out email messages to those people that have basically asked to receive your emails.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's always a safe practice, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, none of us really want to get an email that we haven't signed up for.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, we got a question. Got some. Okay, Eric Allen asks, should a SEO be local or can it be done from a remote provider?
It can absolutely be done from a remote provider. A local person is going to know your market, obviously, a little better than someone that's not in the area. But a lot of digital tools allow someone like myself to find out what kind of competition's in the area, what needs to be done to market in the area. So I wouldn't say it necessarily has to be someone in your area.
Okay, that's fair. So we have Chad Ballou. Chad, what's up? He's asking questions. So I had told him a story on a podcast about, do you remember, so when I was in senior year playing football, I told everyone that if we won the state championship, I would get a tattoo of it.
I did not know this.
You didn't?
No.
And so, we won the state championship, and I was going to, but a bunch of older people in my life were like, no, it's probably not a great idea, right? So I never did it. I mean, I feel guilty to this day for backing out of that, and I should.
You should.
I should.
I think you should get one.
But tell us to know, I mean, you have any tattoos?
I do not have any tattoos.
You don't?
Not a single one, no.
Man, sorry, Chad, there's not a tattoo in the room,
No,
man.
you don't have a single one?
I don't.
Yeah, no tattoos. It hasn't been anything, well, no, say that, never mind. Just ignore that thought that I was going to say.
Okay, so Nicole has a question. She says, do you recommend signing up or claiming your business on websites like Mantra or Yelp?
Yes.
Or Mantra? Okay.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Anytime those are like business listing websites. Anytime those are out there, claim it for yourself. That way you own it. I mean, someone else really won't claim it, can't claim it, probably won't claim it, but claim it for yourself, optimize it, put all your information in there. That way you control what information people see when they go to Yelp.
Okay. And Sam, so let's talk about, so in this industry, there has been over the years what we'll describe as bad actors. Okay? I mean, they exist in every industry. And they'll get themselves some Google listings at places that don't exist.
Right.
Right? Like you'll see like a Pizza Hut also has a business listing of a locksmith place, right?
Yep.
And it's just really bad actors out there. I mean, that's just the world we live in. And, I'm sure you've experienced it in other industries as well.
I have, but I've heard and read lately that locksmiths, it's kind of one of the worst that gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have any idea how they're doing that? Like, how are they getting, with the postcards, right? How are they getting a listing at a Pizza Hut? Do you know?
I don't know for sure how they're getting those listings. A lot of the times, well, I shouldn't say a lot of times. Sometimes if you want to claim a listing, you can do it with just a phone number. Like they'll just call rather than the postcard. I've seen it that way. Most of the time, I mean, you do have to get that postcard. So there might be a way they're doing it there, or they're doing it to, I don't know, doing it to another address and then changing the address once. But you had to resend a postcard, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, when we moved to this warehouse, I had to do the postcard. First postcard didn't arrive. I mean, I think I requested it 2 or 3 times to finally get it. It was a long while after, and then a lot of the local customers, they were going to the other or old location, being like, "Hey, what?"
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bummer.
I don't know exactly how they're doing it, but I know why they're doing it. They're usually buying or generating leads and selling them to locksmiths.
Okay.
So there's a lot, and this happens a lot in a lot of industries where it'll be like, call it Austin Locksmith LLC. Austin Locksmith LLC.
Okay.
They'll create this business. They'll create a website. A lot of times it's just a website, but sometimes they'll get a Google My Business listing. And their whole purpose of that website is to just generate leads, generate phone calls that they then sell to a locksmith for, $25 a lead or $35 a lead or something like that.
Okay.
So I imagine that's what you're seeing when you're out there is those type of businesses.
Okay. Yeah, that's we got a guy who says maybe they get a job at a Pizza Hut for long enough to set up their home base.
That's a good move.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
That's the long game.
That is the long game. I mean, it just seems like it's one of those situations, right? Where like the people trying to do things the right way. Yeah. It's hard to get their business registered, and then there's all these places that shouldn't be there, and they have like these like prime listings. Yeah. It's frustrating.
And I totally understand that. The thing is, they won't be there forever. If those businesses pop up and they are outranking you. They'll eventually go away. They eventually get caught. They eventually get taken down. But then another one just comes up, right? So you're still, I mean, it's kind of playing, what was that, whack-a-mole?
That really is. I mean, that's a true story.
Yeah. So, but I'm a big proponent of following Google's guidelines. Don't try and trick them. Don't try and do your own tricks to outrank someone. Play that long game. You may not see the results right away. But a long, continued slow growth is more natural, more what Google likes to see. So I think that is going to be what takes you above those scammers.
Okay. Hey Gustavo. So it says, did you guys will post all those good tips? Yeah. So this is the deal, Gustavo. If you look at last Friday's video, we actually went into depth. 30 minutes actually, longest YouTube video ever. And you even get to see a little picture of Vin Diesel on there, man, right in the bloopers.
Good. Yeah.
Right? But so Gustavo, check that out and you'll be able to see all the different tips. Make sure, all of you who are listening, make sure you go and you click on the link. I put it in the live chat here towards the top where you can click. You'll go to Sam's website where you'll be able to fill out put your business name in and actually get a free audit of your business. And that's just something Sam's giving away. You don't have to hire him for anything unless you want to. But it's going to give you kind of the tools that Sam would look at when you start to figure out what needs to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? When I meet with a prospective client, that's the first thing I do is I run that same audit. And see, kind of get a benchmark of where the business is. And like PJ said, you don't have to do business with us. We will reach out afterwards to go over that SEO audit with you if you wanted more details about it. But feel free to ignore that email and don't feel bad about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't ignore the email, Sam. I mean. Oh, good stuff, guys. Well, hey, we're coming far along here, so we better turning the page here a little bit to the Lock Boss giveaway. We're hooking 5 of you up today. Sam, any final words when it comes to all of this SEO, all this different this digital marketing?
In the last video, I talked about it a lot, but I just want to reiterate for the locksmith business, if you can dial in your Google My Business profile, that's going to be the biggest bang for your buck. Lock those in and get those reviews. Get that done. You're pretty set up. There's obviously everything we've touched upon. It's been kind of, from a 10,000 foot view. There's a lot of tricks and I wouldn't even call them tricks. There's a lot of strategy that's involved in SEO to help you outrank your competitors. But the number one and the easiest thing you do is get that Google My Business dialed in, and you don't need a agency to get that done.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. What am I not winning this week? Like I said, well, we haven't announced the 5 winners. I actually don't even know who they are. So we have them sitting right over here. And let's see here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, now I want to have a couple announcements here before we get going. So just as a quick recap, if you haven't already, click on the link in the live chat here. Take that free SEO. Take that information. Carve out some time. Get after it and improve your rankings on Google My Business. That'll be tremendously helpful as you continue to build your business. Now, going live either, I don't think it's live yet, but later on today or tomorrow, we have a new podcast going live. And that podcast is actually with Sam from Grenier Marketing here. And is what it is we kind of go over all the terms on the report. So if you're not too familiar and you look at all the terms, it's kind of like, do I need a degree to read this? Right? I mean, and so we kind of break it down, look it over, and kind of talk about each one. And Sam's going to give you little tips and pointers all throughout it.
Yep.
So it should be good. You guys have to give a listen, and I really hope that you're able to take this information, put it to use in your business. If you can't afford to hire someone right now, I mean, hey, we've all been there. I mean, I've had to do it myself for years, and take the information and go. Or use this as an opportunity to maybe see what it takes to go to the next step. So let's do that. Let me see here. Got some comments coming in.
I wanted some tougher questions.
I know. You know, Sam, I mean, it just goes, you just have that coolness factor about you, man.
It must have been the video that we did was so well done and so detailed that there was no questions because we answered everything in that video.
Maybe.
I think it's got to be it.
Maybe. I think it's one of those weird, sometimes like when I've looked at that kind of stuff, when you look at it, like, what you need to do, you pull it up, you look at it, and you're like, this isn't any fun.
Yeah,
I don't want to do this.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's kind of the hurdle, I think.
Yeah.
It's almost less about like your ability and it's more about like your willingness to do it.
Yeah. It's like a lot of at-home projects when I got to fix the lawnmower or something and I turn it over and look at what needs to be done and then I go, yeah.
Sam, do you have any projects at your house right now you've been neglecting?
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Well, it's a long list.
or one that you absolutely have been putting off and you need to fix.
We did a big backyard COVID project last spring, when we were all on lockdown. And we got it all landscaped, all the plants and laid out and put in, barked and everything. And then there's this one area where it was going to be a nice patio with flagstone pavers.
Okay.
And then maybe put a fire pit there. And we started leveling the ground for that was it April last year?
Okay.
And it's still at that same state.
Oh, Sam.
It's level, though. It's very level.
Sam, oh my God.
That was one of those things. I looked at some YouTube videos on how to do that. And a lot of steps. If you want to do it right.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
Yeah, so that's my project for 2021, I guess.
Okay, well, we'll have to make sure you get that done, Sam. Well,
back.
As a community, we can hold you accountable getting that done.
Check back 2022.
Like we want a picture.
Okay.
When it's done, we need a picture.
All right, I like it. Now I've got to do it. I've been held accountable. I like it.
Oh, good stuff. Okay, so we got one other question coming in here. Let's talk about for a minute. So, of course, SEO. For any of you who have just tuned in, this is Sam. Make sure you check out his podcast on or YouTube video, I should say, from last Friday. We're talking about how to get your good Google listings. Okay. And someone is asked the question, what does SEO mean? Which stands for?
Search Engine Optimization.
Which is a lot of big words, right?
It is. And it's just helping your business rank better in Google. And I say Google, but Bing too.
Yep.
Bing counts too.
I think Bing's kind of no one really talks about Bing.
It's a sleeper. It's a sleeper, and there's opportunity there.
Do you think, like, from your perspective, is Google just going to be it forever? Or, I mean, do you think is there even opportunity for other engines to rise up? Because we have, the most popular search engine, from my understanding, is Google.
Mm-hmm.
The second is YouTube.
Right.
Owned by Google.
Right. So, no, for the foreseeable future, no, I think Google's going to be the big dog. The one that's gaining the most steam these days is, I believe it's called DuckDuckGo. That one's gaining steam because of all the privacy issues that people have with Google.
Yep.
Google follows you everywhere you go. They put cookies on your devices so they know what websites you look at so they can deliver ads to you. DuckDuckGo does not do that. They're fully private. You're not going to be followed, so a lot of people like that, so they're going to DuckDuckGo. So It's a very small percentage compared to Google, but it's gaining steam.
Yeah. Yep. Interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens over the years with the SEO and...
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it always seems that the bad actors are always on top of it.
It's
weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like that with cybersecurity and even home security and things like that. There's always it's playing whack-a-mole. You're always they're trying to outdo you. You're trying to outdo them.
Yep. Yeah. Hogmaster 13 saying DuckDuckGo is an up and comer. Let's talk about Yahoo. I mean, do you still have a Yahoo email account?
I think I do for like a fantasy baseball league I did 5 or 10 years ago. So I still have something in there, but well, and then I do for some of my clients we put on Yahoo. You know, like because Yahoo has a similar thing as Google My Business.
Okay.
But it's so convoluted and not really worth the time. I don't do it very often anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very true. See, you can register. Can you register with DuckDuckGo just like Google?
I don't have the answer to that. I don't know. That's a good question.
In my head, I've always viewed like DuckDuckGo as like a filter over Google. Is that wrong?
I don't know I don't believe that's correct.
Okay.
I don't know, but because it kind of has the same clean look as Google,
yeah,
right?
I've always kind of felt like it's like a filter.
Yeah, it looks like it, but I would doubt that it's using like Google's algorithm or anything like that.
Okay.
I don't know. I should do more research on DuckDuckGo. I should have done that before I was here.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Sam, you have homework now.
I got homework. Well, I got to get my paper thing done.
Yeah, and your paper, man. I mean, if we stay live too much longer, your list's going to get big.
I got to get out of here.
All right, so Sam, do you mind handing me those the hat right there and those winners, guys? We're going to be we'll just put them down right here for a moment. We got our Lock Boss hat designed by Connor. Connor, good job on that. And so we're going to announce the 5 winners. Looks like Kylie brought in one of the winner prizes here.
Can I bring this in?
Yeah, let's bring that in. Cool. So we got a Young Brothers 1/8" letter and number stamp with a stamping block. So very cool. And of course, these are, guys, one of the cool part about the Young Brothers stamps is they're actually made in the USA. And I'm telling you what, I'm sure those who are watching who have these will tell you they essentially last forever. I mean, you're going to lose it before it's going to break. So very cool 1/8" number and letter set. And that's only part of the 5 winners we're giving away tonight. So we're going to hook you guys up. And let me go over the ground rules. And then, Sam, we'll have you start announcing the winners. Okay. I haven't even seen them. So
can I shuffle them up, or is that... I've already done it, so that's happening.
Perfect. Yep. Yep. We've shuffled them up. Okay, so here's how it works. Just make sure we're all on the same page here. So each and every week, we post videos on YouTube. When you comment on the video and include the hashtag LockBoss, you're automatically entered in to win one of 5 free prizes. It costs nothing to enter. Every Tuesday, we announce the winner live here on YouTube. Now, each contest is standalone. It goes from Monday through Sunday, and then that following Tuesday, which is right now, we're announcing the winner. So make sure you're watching the videos, you're commenting on them, and including the hashtag Lock Boss. We're going to hook you guys up. So, without further ado, we got some comments coming in here. I'll read them here since we're down here. So, here we go. So, we got the 5 winners. Sam, I'm going to get a drum roll going. And if you want to announce the first winner here we go. Winner number 1.
G Keyman 565.
G Keyman 565. Congratulations. Very cool. So, if you want to go and just put that one in the hat
G-Keyman's
there.
in there. Okay.
Here we go. Winner number 2 is
Driftless Security.
Driftless Security. Congrats.
Driftless Security.
Good stuff. Here we go. Winner number 3 is
Oh, I keep that drum roll. Okay, good. Diamond Pig.
Diamond Pig.
Diamond Pig.
Congrats. Very cool. Here we go. Winner number 4.
Murloc 68.
Murloc 68.
68.
Congratulations.
Love it.
And here we go. Last but not least, winner number 5 of this week's Lost Boss giveaway is
Adam Taylor.
Adam Taylor.
Adam Taylor.
Congratulations. Very cool. All right, so that's what we want to do here. Let's get these mixed up in here. Let me add them real quick. And then, Sam, we're going to have you draw the winner of the Young Brothers Made in the USA letter and number stamp set. Then we're going to let you get out of here so you can get on home and start working on that patio project.
There we go.
I mean, your wife has to be happy. When she finds out about this, she's like, finally.
Pumped. She's really pumped.
Let me get them nice and open here. Let's see. Okay.
Okay.
Winner
Not
of the Stamping Block and Young Brothers is
Driftless Security.
Driftless Security. Congrats.
Nice job.
Very cool, guys. So, hey, that wraps up another week here live doing the #LockBoss giveaway. Sam, man, I mean, how was it for you?
It was fun.
Was it?
Yeah, I would have liked a little more questions. I wanted,
Okay.
I wanted some tough ones.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
the community's nice.
They are nice, but they did stump me on the DuckDuckGo stuff.
They did.
And I'm going to do my research on that.
I'd probably say if when you're doing your Peloton tonight, add another 10 minutes for that.
I did it this morning.
Oh, guys, hey, thank you everyone, honestly, for tuning in. It's been a blast. Thank you for participating, being part of the community, and being lock bosses. So make sure you listen to that podcast coming out today, tomorrow, as well as clicking on that link and checking out that survey or putting your name in. I'm messing up bad
Local
now.
search audit.
Local search audit. There we go. All right. Hey, everyone. Thank you. Ken Nixon, thanks for tuning in. And Eric Allen and Nicole and Patrick Allen. Thank you guys very much. We will see you next week.